Today's daf is daf samach. We are going to begin on daf Nun Tesam base by the last Mishnah. The Mishnah says, "Hashaleach hasabeir biad cheresh sheite v'koten." Person who sends a fire, in other words, he places a burning object in the hands of a deaf mute, a sheite or a koten. So the halacha is pater dini adam. He is pater according to human laws if the fire later causes damage. However, he's chayiv according to the laws of heaven. If he sent it in the hands of a competent person, the halacha is chayiv, the competent person is chayiv, not the one who sent them. So, if one sends a burning object in the hands of a chershit of a cotton, so dini other is potter, but dini chayiv, dini shemayim is chayiv. He says, be a competent person, and then the competent person makes a damage with this fire, so the competent person will be chayiv. Echad dehevias or echad dehevias eitzim. If one person brought the fire, and the other person brought the wood, maybe it's eitzim chayiv. So now, if a person brought the fire and another person brought wood, and causing the fire to spread, so the one who brought the wood is chayiv for any damage caused. If one brought first the wood and then the fire, so then the one who brought the fire is going to be chayiv, because he was the one who actually kindled the wood. If another person came and fanned the flame, and now it spread, the fire spread, the one who fanned it is chayiv. Livsa haruach, if the wind fanned the flames, kulum turn, they're all going to be putter, since none of them actually caused the damage. He says, they taught that one who sends a fire in the hand of a chershit of a cotton is putter only when he gave him a glowing coal of a liba, and one of those people fanned it himself. A person gave a torch to a chershit of a cotton, so then chayiv, the one who gave him, is chayiv. In my time, what's the reason? Ma'asav kagomrele. The action of the one who gave it to him directly caused the fire to spread. Now, Rabbi says, argues and says, potter. Even if he gave him a torch, he's going to be potter. In my time, what's the reason? It's also the cheresh gormole. It is the tongues of the cheresh that cause the damage, since torches do not cause fire on their own. And the one who gives dangerous objects to cheresh sheita is not chayiv for the damage caused unless he gives branches to him. A silta of thin wood, shrava, and a candle. Since it's that case, his own action, in other words, the one who sent the flame, caused the fire to spread. Now, the Mishnah taught shilach biyad pikeach. The Mishnah taught that if one sent the fire in the hands of a pikeach, so the pikeach is chayiv. Amar b'yitzchak, amar nachmar yitzchak, man tana liba le mishtabish. She says like this: the one who teaches using the word fan is not mistaken. And the man tana liba le mishtabish, the one who teaches the word blue is not mistaken. Man tana liba le mishtabish. The one who taught the word fan is not mistaken. There says with the flame of fire. He creates the fruit of the lips, which can be interpreted as referring to the breath of the lips. The Mishnah taught if the wind fanned the flames, everyone is going to be putter. Or one fanned the flame. If one fanned the flame at the same time the wind fanned it, if his fanning has enough strength by himself to fan the flames, so then he's chayiv for damage caused by the fire. Why? Because without the wind, because since even without the wind, the fire would have spread. But if not, putter is putter. So the Gemara asks him, why is he putter from fan? Why is he putter if his fanning is not sufficient? Let this be the case of one who winnows grain on Shabbos by throwing it in the air. The wind assists him by separating the shaft from the grain. In such a case, he's chayav, is Mechal Shabbos, despite the fact that without the assistance of the wind, he would not have been able to winnow the grain. So our Rabbi says, my skin, what are we dealing with over here? Where you fan the fire from one side, and the wind fanned it from another side. The fire was blown in the direction the wind was blowing. So therefore it's clear that his fanning did not help the fire spread. We're dealing with a case where you fanned it along with the typical wind. So, or you fanned it with a typical wind, and this was not sufficient to cause the fire to spread, and suddenly a Ruach Mitzvah came and fanned it. So, therefore, you put there, since you could not have anticipated this. Zayda says we're dealing with a case where you only heated the fire by breathing on it rather than fanning it properly. Rashi says, when we say that one is chayav in a case where he winnows and the wind assists him, this is in regards to Shabbos, because with regards to Shabbos, we have this principle that the Torah asers planned constructive labor. The primary consideration is that his objective was accomplished, even if he did not perform the entire malacha. But here, Grama Ba'alo here is a case. It's considered to have caused damage morally through indirect actions. Allah is Grama B'nizakin. When you have an indirect action, putter it's putter. If a person sends forth a fire, and now it consumes wood, stones, or earth, so chayav is chayav. A fire breaks and catches its thorns. The stack of grain or standing grain or the field is consumed. So the one who killed the fire shall pay compensation. This teaches us that he is chayav also for destroying the field itself. Amar Rabbi asks, because of Rahman Ketzim Gadish Kama B'Sada. Why does the Torah have to use the term thorns, a stack of grain, standing grain, and field? Here it's redundant. So the Gemara says, Sricha, it's necessary. Because of Rahman Ketzim, if the Torah only write thorns, have a mere Ketzim with the Chaim Rahman, I would say that specifically thorns, the Torah, or in the one Chaim, from the Shriach Ishka Bayu. Because it's common for fire to be near them. Shriach the Pasha, and it's common that one is negligent. Avol Gadish, but with regards to stack of grain, with regard to which it's not common a fire to be near. It's not common that one is negligent and allowed to catch fire. I would say that he's not chayav. Because of Rahman Gadish, and if the Torah only read Gadish, have I made a Gadish chayav Rahman? I would say daf-yomi Gadish, because it's a substantial loss. But with regards to thorns, have some wood, which involves only a minimal loss, and really I would say that he's not chayav. Therefore, the Torah teaches us that he's chayav for damage to thorns as well. Ask him, why don't you just take the term standing grain? So the Gemara says, not kama b'gali, just as the standing grain is exposed, of kolel gali, so too one is chayav for damage caused by fire. Only items that are exposed. One is putter from liability for damage of items that are concealed. So ask the Gemara, let it be the Machai Baniski Tam Be'esh, according to the Yehuda who deems one chayav for concealed articles damaged by fire. So Kamalawali, why don't you have the term standing grain? So the more answers, Rabbi is called Bava Kamah, to include all types of trees and animals, not only produce. The Gemara says, but according to the Chacham who provide the salacha of concealed articles for the term standing grain, so the Rabbi is called Bava Kamah, where do they know that it includes all the statues So my answer is nafkalu oya koma. They learn this fry or standing grain, or is an inclusive term. So my asks Rabbi Yehuda, oy boy. So Rabbi Yehuda, what does Rabbi Yehuda do with the word oy? My answer is oy boy lechalik. He requires the word or to divide the term to teach that one is chayav for damage to any one of the items listed, and not only with the fire burns all of them together. But I'm going to lechalik minalahu. I worded the chachamim to write the halacha to divide the terms. So nafkalu oyas, so they learn it out from or the field. And according to Rabbi Yehuda, because the one ayah comes, so therefore customary so it's just ayah. Not to teach me an additional halacha. Rabbi continues. Why do I need to have the word field? To include or damage in the case of flames licked the plowed field or charted stones. So the Gemara says, that they're only right about Sadna, and I don't need to require all the other terms. If one is chayav for damage to a field, which is not totally destroyed by fire, and you said chayav for damage to other items that are completely destroyed. So my answer is it's necessary to write the other items as well, because Rachman Sadna, they would only write field, Sabbath, and Masham Sadna in with Echayilai. I would have said that what is in the field, yes, one is chayav, but for anything else, no, one is not chayav. Mashal different teaches us that one is chayav for any damage caused by fire. The Warrior cites about a Shangoda based on the pasuk. Calamity befalls the world only when wicked people are in the world. But the calamity begins only with the tzaddikim first. Remember, like it says, fire breaks out and catches the thorn. When does the fire come out, emerge? The time when thorns, the wicked are found within it. And it starts with tzaddikim. Like it says, a stack of grain is consumed. It doesn't say Achol Godesh. It says a stack of grain is consumed. Meaning that the stack, the righteous, have already been consumed before the thorns. Tani Rabbi Yosef. Rabbi Yosef Tana Braisa. What does it mean, the pasuk that says, with regards to the plague of the Bechedis, and none of you shall go out with the opening of the house until the morning? The plague was not decreed upon the Jewish people. Why were they not permitted to leave their house? So the Gemara says, once permission is granted to the destroyer to kill, does not distinguish between the tzaddikim and the Rishonim. Not only that, it begins with the righteous first. Like it says, I will cut for you the righteous and the wicked. Rabbi Yosef prior said, all these tzaddikim also compared to nothing when the calamity strikes. While the Abaya says, it's goodness for the righteous that they die first. The righteous is taken away because of the evil. So they will not have to endure the sufferings that will befall the people. I'm going to give them another thing. A person should always enter an unfamiliar city at a good time while still light. As the Torah uses the expression kitayif with regard to the creation of light. And likewise, when he leaves the city, he should leave at the time of goods, meaning after the sunrise the next morning. Like it says, and none of you shall go out of the opening of the house until the morning. Dever Ba'ir, if there's a plague in the city, gather your feet. In other words, limit the time you spend outside of the house. Like it says, and none of you shall go out of the opening of the house until the morning. It says another pasuk, come, my people, enter into your chambers. I and shut your doors behind you. Hide for a little moment, so the anger has passed away. And it says, Mechutz to Shakal Chedev, outside the sword will be rave, and in the chamber is terror. What is the reason for the additional and it says, if you're going to say that this only speaks at night, I will be Yomam, but in the day, one more thing that the principle does not apply. Therefore, the pasuk says, come in here, come my people, enter your chambers, the script of Hoscha, and shut your doors. And if you're going to say, that this matter applies only when there is no fear inside, which explains why it's preferable to remain indoors. But where there's fear inside. So, so you would think that when he goes out and sits amongst people in general company, it's better. Therefore, where it says, outside the sword will be raven, in the chamber is terror. Although there's terror in the chamber, outside the sword will be raven, so it's safer to remain indoors. Rabbi, at the time when there was a plague, Rabbi would close the doors, windows of his house, where death has come up into our windows. We learned, if there's a famine in the city, spread your feet, leave the city. Like it says, when there's a famine, the land Avram went down to Mitzrayim to live there. It says, if we say we will enter into the city, the famine is in the city and we shall die there. What does the pasuk say? And it says, if you say that this matter, the principle of the city applies where there's something nefashos. I would say that maybe when there is uncertainty concerning a life-threatening situation, the principle doesn't apply to the Shra, come and let us fall unto the most of the Arameans. If they save us alive, we shall live. If there's a plague in the city, a person should not walk in the middle of the road. The angel of death walks in the middle of the road. Even they've been later, since the heaven, they've given him permission to kill within the city. He goes openly in the middle of the road. Shalom be'er, if there's peace and quiet in the city, do not walk on the side of the road. Since the angel of death does not have permission to kill within the city, he hides himself and walks on the side of the road. If there's a plague in the city, the person cannot enter the shul by himself. Because the angel of death leaves his utensils there. And for this reason, it's a dangerous place. And this applies where there's no children learning in the shul. And there are not 10 men davening there. If there are children learning or 10 men davening there, it's not a dangerous place. If the dogs in a certain place are crying for no reason, it's a sign that the angel of death has come to the city. The dogs are playing, it's a sign that they feel that Leo, I love you, Billy, or Leo's has come to the city. The less political, but this matters apply. There's no female dog amongst them. There's a female dog there, they're crying or playing is likely due to her presence. Rabbi said before the B'such Nafka. One guy said to the B'such Nafka, let the master say a word of halacha. The other sage said to the B'such Nafka, let the master say Agadah. So B'such began to say a word of Agadah. One sage did not let him Puzzle Memesh Maitza, so began to say Aloha, Boleshamar, the other 6 dollars. So the other used Khanafa said to them, Ershalachem Marshal, give you a marshal. Amar David, to what this can be compared? Adam Shir to Shtei Nashim. The man who has 2 wives, Achas Yaldav, Achas Kena, one young, one old. Yaldav Alakedes Leilavanis. The young wife pulls out his white hairs so that her husband will appear young. Skena Alakedes Leishchedes. The old wife pulls out his black hair so he will appear older. Nimtza Kedech Mikan and Mikan. And it turns out that he's bald from there and bald from there. Completely bald due to the actions of the 2 wives. Now, Yisrael Nafka continued and said, he said to them, if so, I will say a matter that is appropriate for both you. It contains both halacha and agala. He said to fire breaks out and catches the thorns. When breaks out indicates that it breaks out by itself. Yet, what does the pasuk say? Shalom Yishalom Maras Abira. The pasuk says the one who kindled the fire shall pay compensation, which is mashma that he must pay only if the fire is spread out. It is negligence. So he says the Abishur said that although the fire broke out of the Beis Hamikdash due to the sins of the Beis Hamikdash, the Jewish people, it's incumbent upon me to pay restitution for the fire that I kindled. And he had I kindled a fire in Tzion. And he kindled a fire in Tzion, and he has devoured its foundations. And I will build it with fire in the future. For I will be for her a wall of fire around it, and there will be a glory in her nest. Shemaitza, there's a halacha that can be learned from this pasuk. The Torah begins with damage caused through one's property. If a fire breaks out, you see him, it includes the damage caused by one's body. It's mashma that when the damage is caused by fire, it's considered as though the person who kindled the fire caused the damage directly to his body. So to tell you, to tell you that the chiyuv of this fire damage is due to similarity to his arrows. Just as one who shoots his arrows and causes damage is chai because the damage is caused directly through his actions. So to a person that kindles a fire that causes damage is chai because it's considered as though the damage was caused directly by his actions. We're continues with another statement by Yisaveh David Ve'emer. David on and said, Miyashkini Mayimim Be'ir Be'islechem Ashir Bashar. Or that one would give me water to drink and the well of Ve'if Kushtish Agwim Rachan Pishtim. Yishavu Mayim Be'ir Be'islechem Ashir Bashar. David on and said, that one would give me water to drink of the well of Shlachem, which is by the gate, and the 3 mighty men broke through the host of the Plishtim and drew water out of the well of Beislachem that was by the gate. Chum understood the devil was not simply asking for water, but was using the term as a metaphor for entity, and he was raising Allah and Shana. I come in Bailey. What is the dilemma the devil is raising? Amar Rahman, tell me Beish come in Bailey. He was asking Allah with regards to a concealed article damaged by fire. He could have used it, he could have do it past that to wither than Rabban. Push today, might do push today. And the Chacham answered him what he answered him. One hour of Huna says, there were stacks of barley belonging to Yidden that had been Tamari Plishtim Habo, which the Plishtim were hiding. The devil wanted to bring the stacks to kill the Plishtim and save his own life. Coming bravely, and he asked the Shreila, it's permitted to save oneself and destroy the property of another. They sent the following answer to him. It's also to save oneself by destroying the property of another. You're a king. A king can breach the fence of an individual in order to form a path for himself, and no one can protest. Rabbi say, Yidishim Disayim Yisrael, the stacks of barley belong to the Yid, Yidishim Nadashim Plishtim, or stacks of lentils belong to Plishtim. Coming very late, David needed it barley to feed his animals, so David raised a Shaila. All it took Yidishim Yisrael, he should just say it in the Yisrael from the same mountain. I know that I may take the lentils belonging to female animals, but is it permitted to take stacks of barley belonging to a yid to place before one's animal to consume? With intent to pay the owner of the barley with a stack of lentils belonging to the plishtim. So the Chacham of Yislev sent the following to reply to him: the wicked restore the pledge, give back that which he had taken by robbery. Even though the robber repays the value of a stolen item, your king, he can do what he wants. Rather, according to the one who says the devil was asking whether he could take the stacks of barley in exchange, repay the owner of the barley with stacks of lentils, and this is what the Bazin says. There was a plot of ground full of lentils. It says where there was a plot of ground full of barley. This apparent contradiction can be reconciled by saying that there were two fields, one of barley and one of lentils. On the one, I don't know the meekly, but the one who says this question was asked, he wanted to bring the stacks of barley. What purpose does he require with these two verses? So Amalach, to sell you they were also stacks of lentils belonging to Eden that have been metamable plishtim and some which plishtim were hiding. Which says Bishlam that were meekly Haniksiv Milikot, the one who says that was the bring stacks Haniksiv This is what the pasuk says with regards to David, but he stood in the midst of the plot and saved it. But according to the one who says that David's question was asked with regards to exchanging the lentils for the barley, what is the meaning by Yetzirah and saved it? So my answer is the Loi Shavik B'Hulachlufi. That David saved it, and that he did not permit them to exchange the value of the barley with the lentils. So when I said granted, according to both of these opinions, and this is why it's written two distinct psukim, one describing the field of lentils, one describing the field of the barley. But according to the Rabbi who said Reb Nachman, the one who says that David asked with regards to concealed articles damaged by fire, so what purpose does he require the two psukim to describe the field of lentils and the field of barley? So Allah, Nachman he says to you, David was asking about concealed articles damaged by fire, and one of these other two shilas. So where it says briefly, this is why it says, but he did not drink it. David said to himself, since there's an issue involved in this action, and it's not satisfactory to me tackling this matter, even though technically it's permitted for a king. According to the one who says that David was asking a shadow with regards to concealed articles damaged by a fire, since they sent him an answer that was a tradition with regards to halacha, what is the meaning? But he would not drink it. So my answer then says, this means he did not say the halacha in the name. He did not transmit the halacha in the name of those who went in the time of battle to ask the Chachamim what the halacha is. Amar David said himself, I received the tradition from the court of Shmuel. Anyone who hands himself over to die for the sake of Teda, and aim to Allah the Chacham do not say a matter of Allah in his name, so that others will not follow this ruling and endanger their life. Look to the Mishnah, Hashem. He poured out to Hashem. Shazmash of the David act as strictly and not rely on the lenient ruling that he received. So according to the one who says either of these two explanations that David asked, either whether bringing in the stacks of barley or by replacing the value with lentils, so he poured out the water to Hashem due to the fact that he asked Hashem Shemayim. What does it mean he poured out the water to Hashem? Well, it says that he said this halacha in the name of the tradition without associating it at a specific individual.